So, I hope it is relatively well connected here. And yeah, with that being said, hello and back to the next episode of the Self Development with Tactics podcast. It's actually fairly late today. I've woken up like 2 hours later than I did yesterday, even though, yesterday I woke up at 5 fucking a.m., sleeping like 6 hours. I don't know why, but I really didn't sleep a lot because of whatever reason. And I actually look very bad today. I look pretty much fucked. But yeah, today I've gone up at 6 a.m. And today I've gone up at quite 8 a.m. and also quite waking up at 8 a.m., which is actually the latest time. Well, not really, but anyway, today we're gonna go through another book summary about Rework. Why I've chosen this book. I might have been going through it, or I might have gone through it already on a podcast, but I actually don't know. But on the book cover, there's a quote by Seth Godin saying something like, okay, if you don't read it, it's just your fault. So fuck you. That's quite the message there. And so I thought, well, I want to go through a book about, productivity, business things, entrepreneurship, something like that, in that area, just because, I don't know, it's been a time, quite a long time since then. And I also kind of want to upgrade the whole podcast thing, and I'm thinking about doing something else as well and starting something else as well. But yeah, anyway. Work doesn't have to be soul crushing. In his book Rework, Jason Fried from Basecamp proposes 12 chapters and to help you develop your business without ruining your life. Yeah, I think it is an amazing idea. First, the new reality. Today, anyone can be in a business. Rework is a book for anyone, but not for everyone. It's designed for people wanting to start or running a business independently of your financial, social, geographical, or professional situation. Pretty amazing. The second point, takedowns. Ignore the real world. The real world is a toxic place where dreams are slaughtered by those who are too coward to try. Somebody else's reality doesn't have to be yours, so define your own reality with your own existence, and ignore the rest. The second point, learning from mistakes is overrated. Failing for the sake of it is not okay. Literate over what works, success compounds. Yes, it is something that it's actually very interesting because it is something that I have been talking about for quite some time. But I've never ever read it. I've never read it, somebody talking about it or somebody just therefore writing it. Failing for the sake of it is not okay. Why should you fail for the sake of failing? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Don't do that. It's not good. You're not learning anything because you're just basically doing it on fucking purpose. Like, what's the benefit of that? So yeah. The third, planning is guessing. Don't plan, always be improvising. Reality can only be predicted on a short or extremely long term. Why grow? Your company size is a vanity metric. Growing increases business complexity, and going leaner down the road is even harder. Stay small as long as it remains sustainable. Yeah, I think so as well. But yeah, anyway. The fifth, workaholics. Working too much is getting less things done. Always go deep or go out. Yeah, instead of broad, doing a lot of things. Well, I actually like doing a lot of things. I do think that doing a lot of things makes sense compared to really doing something very deeply. I don't know, this is my opinion. I just like doing multiple things. I don't like just doing one thing. Yeah, it is just what it is. Enough with entrepreneurs, quote unquote. Being an entrepreneur is now at anyone's reach. The term doesn't mean anything anymore, which is definitely the fucking case. People saying I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm like, it's actually very funny. People saying like, well, I'm working on my own, I'm my own boss and shit like that. And I think it is okay, if it is actually the case, it is okay. But the problem is like, do you really get a lot of work? And then often it's the case like, no, they don't get a lot of work. They have just started and whatnot, but they like to throw around words and things that make them seem better to other people than they really are. And I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of that in terms of you actually creating a fake world for yourself. And on the other hand, like, why? Why do you even care? Why do you even care about other people and what? Like, if some people ask me, like, what do you do just as a hobby or something? I most often don't say that I'm just podcasting. I don't say that I'm just having social media ambitions. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, yeah, I'm doing that, you know? And then also people just start looking up shit. And anyway, yeah, even though it might be something that people say like, wow, okay, that's cool or something, but yeah, I don't care. You know, maybe if it was running very smoothly and very well and pretty good, then yeah, maybe I would talk about it. But it doesn't at the time, so why should I? The third point, or chapter, I guess, is go. Make a dent in the universe. Greatness originates from purpose. Make something that improves someone else's life with what you already have. Yeah, and I do truly hope that I'm just also doing that. Scratch your own itch. Make something you would use yourself. Developing a profitable business takes years. You don't want to spend them doing things you don't want to do. Yeah, I know. I like the podcast. I just really fucking amazingly like that. Start making something. Ideas are worthless. Execution is everything. The fourth, no time is no excuse. There's always time to use differently to serve a purpose dear to you. It doesn't have to be a lot, just spend time wisely and it will eventually compound. Draw a line in the sand. Never forget your why. Share your stance openly to attract the right people and make the right choices. Mission statement impossible. Always align your acts and objectives with your mission statement. Empty words are worth nothing. Outside money is plan Z. Raising money is giving up control and focus. Quality and sustainability should always come first. Which I totally believe is the truth. Like, if you're raising money, then first of all, like, well, you know, some people have a really great idea, but they just don't have the money. Then I think it makes sense. But some people are just raising money for the sake of raising money and just having more. So just because they maybe are not good with money, you know, which is then gonna lead to just not good investments in the company and whatnot. So yeah, also think when you're giving your money to somebody, then I think, yeah, you know, I don't know, like I haven't done it yet, but I just think about it as like, if they're not good with money just because they weren't good with their own money, then they're probably gonna do just a bunch of shit with your money. Like, yeah. You need less than you think. Stay lean, stay frugal, learn to act fast with limited means. Start a business, not a startup. Actual business, worry about profit from day one. Yeah. Quite, you know, it makes sense. Building to flip is building to flop. Don't look for exits, commit and focus on your customers. It's not a stepping stone, it's your life. It's your life's work. Yeah. Less mass. The heavier you are, the harder it is to move. Always make sure you can act fast. It's the fourth. Yeah. Roman letters. Fuck you. Or numbers. Whatever. Can't I switch? I can't switch. Because of whatever reason. But I hope it's still working. Why can't I? It's fucked up. Well, now I can. Here we go. I actually look really fucking shit today. It's amazing. Maybe it's the light as well. It's also very bluish today. Maybe I can do something about that. Does this make it better? Not really. Well, it actually is. Gonna do it like that. I just look a bit normal now. Even though there's no fucking light, but I still look just so bad. I don't know. You can also hear it in my voice. I don't know what's going on. Like, it's interesting. The fourth. Anyway, progress. Embrace constraints. Learn to build with the tools at hand. What you think you don't have to do X is just an opportunity to be creative. This, by the way, is something that I really often think about. Like, why just don't we use the things that we have? Like, I often think about buying myself a new camera because this camera is just pretty much shit. You know, and I'm doing this fucking shit for 2 years, so I'm probably gonna just do it for another, like, whatever. And the phone is my fucking microphone. Like, I could be using something differently, you know? So should I buy myself a microphone? But in the end, I always come to the conclusion, like, why? Why should I? It's working pretty fine. The quality is pretty fine. And it is not about the quality. I do think that too many people focus too much on the quality of things. Like, yeah, it is amazing if it is in 4K and shit like that, but if the content per se is shit, then it's not gonna make it better by having better quality, I believe. Which I often kind of explain to myself with those fucking ass videos that are explaining something that's so critical to you, but they're like 5 years old and the quality is so shit, but you still need them just because of the information in the video. Like, yeah, you don't need this fucking amazing microphone. You don't need this whatever. Just make something and do something and create something, motherfuckers. Now my voice goes dead. Build half a product, not half-assed product. Don't multitask. Do one thing amazing well and kill your darlings. Yeah. Start at the epicenter. Find your core activity and get it right first and foremost. Ignore the details early on. Details are important, but I can wait an iteration or two. Get real market feedback first. Ignore the details early on. Making a call is making progress. Take a decision now, don't wait. Thinking about it later, because before choosing will slow everything down. Take the leap as soon as possible. Be a curator. Quality has to prevail over quantity. Remove, then add. Well, I'm not that of a big fan of saying, well, quality is more important than quantity, because unless you know what the quality is, unless you know what is important to your customer, which is quality in the end. If you don't know that, then just give a fuck about quality. Just do as much as you possibly can so that you can figure out the quality, so that you can figure out what the people want to have, what they want to see, and so on and so on, which, by the way, I'm really doing a bad job at a point in time. I'm just doing something, giving a fuck about my analytics. I shouldn't also be doing that. Quite. Yeah. But I'm often forgetting about these things. I'm often just forgetting about like maybe the real business side of the thing that I'm doing here. Like, yeah, I'm just creating just because it is fun for me. It's just because it is a habit of mine. I like sitting here and talking about things. I like sitting here and talking about things that I care about, things that I really, truly, deeply fucking hope that they're helping somebody out there. Yeah, whether it is through the YouTube video or the podcast or something else that I'm just pushing out into the fucking universe. I don't know, like, yeah. I don't fucking know, man. But also beating myself up for that, it doesn't make any sense. Throw less at the problem. Always go for the simplest solution, decrease complexity, do less. Focus on what won't change. Think in terms of first principles. Tone is in your fingers. The tool doesn't matter, content does. Just do the best you can with what you have. Sell your byproducts. When you make something, you always make something else. Everything has a byproduct. Observant and creative business minds spot these byproducts and see opportunities. Launch now. Don't delay. Confront yourself to reality head on. It's the only way to grow in the right direction. Yeah, just died innerly. Even though innerly it probably is not a right or not even a fucking word, but I don't care, It is what it is. The fifth one is productivity. Illusion of agreement. Instead of planning and reporting, make something. Mockups, models, drawings, MVPs. Create something that stakeholders can relate to. Reasons to quit. Questions to ask yourself to know whether or not you should keep going. Why are you doing this? What problems are you solving? Is this actually useful? Are you adding value? Will this change behavior? Is there any easier way? What could you be doing instead? Is it really worth it? Which I'm, by the way, often thinking about just in terms of the podcast, but I'm seeing stats going up and seeing clicks coming in and whatnot. So I don't know, like, am I doing something great? I hope I do. Please tell me, like, I don't know, if you're listening this or seeing this, whatnot, please tell me if I'm doing something that's worth the effort. Interruption is the enemy of productivity. Deep work, always. No distraction, no people, no communication tool, just the work. Meetings are toxic. Avoid meetings or keep them short and solution driven. Good enough is fine. Keep your solution simple, just enough to get a job done. Iterate later. Quick wins. Momentum is get something done, be happy about it, and move on to the next thing. Don't wait. Don't be a hero. Learn to quit. Don't waste time chasing a chimera. Go to sleep. Sleep deprivation is never okay. Yeah, quite. Your estimates suck. Break your project into tiny chunks. For example, 1 work day before estimating. The 10th, long lists don't get done. Break down long lists into smaller ones to avoid feeling overwhelmed, and don't forget to prioritize your items. And the last one for this chapter and also for the video is going to be make tiny decisions. Decisions that are too far-fetched prevent you from chasing a course. Take tinier decisions at the smallest scale available. This way you can easily fix them if you're wrong. Yeah. And I do hope that I've been able to just, as I've said in the video like a million times, that I've been able to share something and create something that was worth your time, is worth my time, and so on and so on. I wish you the best health, happiness, and also success, and also hope that you're gonna remind yourself and you're gonna be remembered, which basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person, then being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty fucking cool thing as well. 3 other questions that I'm having are: why are you here? What are you trying to change, and what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions. Hopefully gonna show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. One last thought that I'm having you is: what could you essentially say to another person that is indeed gonna change their life? Because I totally believe that we all can say something, that we all can communicate something that is indeed going to change somebody's life, which is an amazing thing if you think about it. Like the power that we're having, it's fucking amazing. Anyway, please take care of yourself, your family members, and all of your loved ones, and friends, by the way. And yeah, I'm hopefully going to see you the next time. So, bye, and have a good one, or something like that. I don't know.